Countdown. Give me a countdown.
All right, just 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the BS podcast. This is going to be our just kind of podcast where we talk about random stuff, nerdy stuff, video games, what have you. Looking forward to making this a welcome to the BS podcast. Every week kind of thing. This is where we are going to start meeting to chat. We got Aaron here. Aaron, say hello.
Hi.
Aaron, and then we have Matt. Matt, can you say hello?
Hello.
Beautiful ginger. And then we have Daniel, who is currently grabbing a beer.
I'm here now.
All right, Daniel.
No beer. We don't endorse drinking.
We don't endorse.
All right, boys.
Drinking.
Oh no, of course not. We don't endorse that. Everybody except for Matt's over 21.
Yeah, he's the baby.
Shh. They don't know that.
Hey, now.
They do now. Mwahaha. All right, boys. So let's get it rolling. Aaron, your bookkeeper over there with the list of topics. What's our first kind of thing that we want to talk about?
Since this is our first stream, I think it would be a good idea or podcast, a good idea to talk about what we're going to do, because this is our first bit of content ever. So, I think what we need to do is start off talking about what content that we wish to produce.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. One thing that I'm actually going to be producing here soon is called Quick and Easy. It's a playthrough game series that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start out with the first 5 Halos. I'm going to play through them on the easiest setting and as fast as I can. I personally do not own a capture card yet, so I'm going to be streaming all of the game content on Beam. Beam.pro/ZILO9000 is where I'll be streaming that to. And that's just one of the few shows that I'm going to do. Another show is going to be Xylo's Review, which I'll bring it up later in the show. It deals with one of the topics that we're going to be talking about today. So,
as a counterpoint to his quick and easy playthrough thing, I want to do something called Slow and Hard, and it's going to be the exact opposite. I want to play games in the hardest settings, and I recently just cleared through Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Whenever I get my capture card, I plan on I want to get it before the summer so I can stream hard mode when they come out, because the game's already super hard on just normal difficulty. Daniel or Matt, do you have anything that you want to stream or record or produce?
I'm currently recording videos for my YouTube channel. Me and a friend of mine started our own YouTube channel. If you want to go check it out at the Epic Duo, you probably won't find it because we're nobodies right now. But we're doing Rise, Son of Rome. We'll soon be doing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and all on Xbox One. And yeah, go check it out. And go check out my stream, beam.pro/the Ginger OP. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
what about you, Daniel?
I think for me it's going to be a lot of the sporty kind of streams, so a lot of FIFA Ultimate Team promotion pushes.
Oh, absolutely.
Push my team through the levels. Rank Siege games, grinding the rank structure on that.
I'll be there.
And I will probably do a series on veteran Call of Duty. Considering I've made a mark of that previously before, I've always done Call of Duty. Every time I played a new Call of Duty, I always play it on the hardest difficulty. So I'll probably take us through Ghosts and Infinity War all on veteran, and Black Ops 3 all on veteran in the first attempts, and we'll try and do it in the fastest possible time with the least amount of deaths. Get a little bit of a counter going.
All right, that
Good.
sounds fun. Now, since we're on the topic of like the content we want to produce, the dream right now is that all of us produce one video a week, and we might have to like stagger the release date so we have at least one video, 5 out of 7 days a week, and one of the videos from us being this podcast, and the other ones being a video each of us produce. So as a viewer, you might not like me as a commenter during games or something, but you might love Daniel for his lovely British accent. But so that's what we're aiming for. All of our videos are going to eventually be on the same YouTube channel, so we'll be able just to produce content. All that content will be for you. Does that sound good to everybody? Like, one video a week from each of you? Not starting with today or anything, but that's the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually plan on starting the recording of mine this next week. I'm sorry for anybody who's wanting to catch me on a regular basis. I'm going to be streaming at odd end times, just whenever I can, and get as much content as I can.
All right, that's perfect, because the next thing that we need to let people know of is when will we stream? We'll start off with you, Isaac. Like, what would be your normal hours of streaming?
My normal hours of streaming would probably be in the morning time, around 9 Eastern Standard Time. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard is probably going to be my most reliable stream time. And then, I'll stream for probably an hour, 2 hours a day. 10 to 12 Eastern Standard. Be pretty good if I can do that. And then on weekends, those will be kind of all around, just depending on when I'm actually playing. So, Monday through Friday, 10 Eastern Standard to 12 is probably going to be the times I'll be streaming. Now, I'm not going to be streaming every single day, but those would be the times that you'd catch me.
All right, so let's get the complicated person out of the way. Daniel, what times would you be able to stream on a semi-regular basis?
Well, that sounds like you're trying to imply that I'm awkward and difficult.
Well, you're British and we're all Americans, so time zones.
Oh, that's so harsh.
Yeah, I mean,
So wrong.
Yeah, but you're the sexy one of it. You got that smooth voice.
Yeah, all the ladies are going to be watching your channel, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
I'm your meal ticket, and you're insulting me.
Damn. Get shit on.
No, so usually on a daily basis, I'm on anywhere between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern, and I will usually roll for about 2 to 3 hours a night. That's what I normally get in, is at least 2 to 3 hours a night, and then I'll even try and do to be honest, yeah, it's the same more or less every day, and then on a weekend I might be on a little bit different depending on what's going on, who's in, who's out, because I have my kids to take into account.
All right, that sounds pretty good. What's so good so far about this is that we'll have like someone streaming almost all the time. And
yeah.
So Matt, what times would you be able to stream?
I can do any time, really. Like, I wake up at 11 p.m. or not p.m. 11 a.m. Central, and I can stream anywhere from 1 to 9 p.m. But after 9, I usually start my recording with a friend of mine, and so I'm gonna try to make a schedule, like wake up, stream a little bit, and then do recording, and then go to bed.
Wake up.
Something like that, but probably between 4 and 7. I kind of have lengthy streams. an hour or hour and a half, just over an hour and a half, really. So
All right.
that's pretty
And
much my time.
I don't have a lot of time in the mornings before I go to work, so I stream at night, and my normal stream time would probably be around from 11:30 to 11:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. Is when I'll start Eastern Standard Time, and I'll probably stream to about 2 to 3 in the morning. So I mean, we're pretty spaced out, so that's pretty good. So like we know Daniel's going to be streaming a lot of like he said, like FIFA and Call of Duty and Rainbow Six Siege. What about you, Isaac? What would you normally stream?
Normally, I'm going to be streaming Rainbow Six Siege, Minecraft, and doing all of my recording for my regular shows, such as Quick and Easy. So I'll be, for the time being, I'll be streaming a lot of Halo Master Chief Collection. So that's 1 through 4, and then I'll be streaming Halo 5 very shortly after that. That's going to be my main focus on streaming from here on out is the Halo games. Just so, people who enjoy the Halo game, the Halo franchise can sit down, watch through it. If they want a refresher and they don't want to have to play through the games themselves, and then, oh hey, Halo Wars 2 is out. I want to play that one now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a game series I've loved since it was originally, on the Xbox original. That's one of those game series I've just loved and played all the way up until now.
I actually I'm going to like take a mental note of that, and there's something I want to talk to you about that later in the podcast.
Okay, cool. Mental note it up, boy.
Yeah. When I say mental note, I typed it in Discord, so I wouldn't forget. Now, Matt, what games would you be streaming?
Probably Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare, or Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is backwards compatible.
Oh, that game's
So
sexy.
I've been kind of getting on the grind on that, and sometimes I'll stream Rise Son of Rome, one of the games I record. I'm gonna start recording all my streams. So yeah.
Rise Son of Rome, wasn't that a like a launch title for the Xbox One?
It was. It came out on Xbox 360. It's based on Rome, and
Yeah,
it was,
like I had a guy talk to me about that the other day, and I mean, it surprised me that this game that's been out for what, like 2-3 years is still being played to this day. So kudos to the Rise team for that.
oh yeah.
See, like I'm the odd duckling here because I do have an Xbox, but I never turn it on. I play most of my games on the computer. So if you want to watch like me play, I want to start playing more Overwatch on PC, and then I'm also going to start streaming more Heroes of the Storm if you're into MOBAs. I really like that game. Isaac doesn't understand what goes on, but it's okay.
Yeah, they're gross.
But that's what I do. I play PC games. I don't really harp on console gamers, except when they say that consoles are better, than PCs, and the controller is better than a mouse and keyboard. But that's an argument for another day. And
Okay, hold on though. I just want to point this out. Controller has its benefits for certain games.
Yeah, slow games, not fast-paced shooters.
No. I understand where you're coming from because, like first-person shooters on consoles, for the most part, Siege is an exception. Like all of the Call of Duties have an aim assist because you can't move as quick and precise as you can with a mouse and keyboard. And I understand that, but I mean, if you turn your fucking radial turn speed up and your vertical turn speed up, vertical and horizontal turn speeds. If you turn both those up on most games, you can almost beat the speed and accuracy of a mouse and keyboard player. Although I would say racing games, way better on some sort of controller than mouse and keyboard.
All right. With the whole accuracy thing, that's null and void because you said it uses aim assist. But let's not talk about this. We got other things we need to talk about.
Hold on. I actually found out though this one thing. The game I love to play the most on the Xbox, multiplayer wise. Rainbow Six Siege does not use aim assist, except for on Terrorist Hunt. Terrorist Hunt's the only game type that it uses aim assist.
All right. We'll have this argument on maybe like next week's podcast or something because I want to make you look like a fool, but like I said, we got a list of stuff we need to talk about. All right, so,
I can make myself look like a fool all on my own. Don't you worry.
So, now since people know what we want to do, I don't want to say as a company, but as a group of players, let's give something like everybody a little something about ourselves, like a fun fact or something. I'll go first. My name is Aaron. I've been playing like games since Super Nintendo when I was a little kid, and when I turned about 13, I got my first gaming laptop, and that's where it's been. I've always had a current gen Xbox and PlayStation and whatever Nintendo system's out, but I've always more gravitated to the computer scene. I'm actually, a little fun fact about me is in about 8 months I will be getting married. So there's going to be about a week, maybe 2 weeks of no content from me at that point in time. I'll try to backlog some stuff, but I'll do what I can.
All right, well, let's just move on to me then, because I have no cares about talking in front of people. I'm Isaac. I do a lot of goofy stuff. My internet handle is Zilo, Zilo, not Zillow. Bothers me to say that. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it does. I've loved video gaming ever since I first saw it. When I was really young, when I was like 3 or 4, my dad brought home a laptop, and we weren't very rich or anything like that growing up. He brought home a laptop that he'd bought. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. This was back in 1997, 8. He actually brought home a desktop tower, monitor and keyboard and shit. I forgot about this. Wow, that makes me feel old. And he got the game. I don't know if anybody's played it. It's called Motocross Madness. They did make a remake of it for the Xbox 360. Not as good as the original. First one, oh my gosh, unimaginable to me when I was a kid that you could use this gaming controller called the Sidewinder controller. You used it, and it mimicked the handlebars of a dirt bike. So, like, if you tilted it to the right, it would turn right. If you tilted it to the left, it would turn left. If you leaned up with it, it would lean forward on your character would lean forward. If you leaned back, it'd lean back. It was just, it blew my mind that it could happen, and that this all happened in like a virtual world. Ever since then, anytime I could play video games, I would. Up until I was probably 7 or 8 when I first got to start playing like a computer on a regular basis and playing on consoles and stuff like that. One of my favorite game titles is The Shining Force. I doubt anybody even has heard of that one. It was an old turn-based RPG on the Sega Genesis. Shut up, Aaron. Maybe I am a hipster, maybe I'm not. That's not the discussion of this podcast. We'll find out later whether or not. I'm not even sure myself. But played it on a PC via this Sega like greatest hits game collection thing that came out back in like 2000. Real old. Played that game. I probably logged like, I don't know, 60 hours on the damn game. Played it so much. And one of the characters in there is named Zylo, Z-Y-L-O. It's kind of like a Wolverine combo. He had like 3 big ass claws. He could jump up in the air super high and slash down on people. I love that character, and I misspelled his name one time, and that's been my gamer tag and internet handle ever since. So yeah, I play a lot of video games in my time and do a lot of nerdy stuff, but at heart, I'm just a big old goober.
Yeah, he's a goober.
I'm a peanut.
All right, so we'll do Daniel next, so he doesn't fall asleep. I think he fell asleep.
I hope not.
All right, so we'll do Matt, and if Daniel comes back, he comes back.
Of course, my name's Matt, and you may know me by Ginger, because that's my gamer tag. It's my gamer tag's Gingerlicious, but everybody just calls me Ginger. I am, in fact, a ginger. Red hair, no soul, all that. Yeah, giddy. And, I mean, I've been an Xbox fan not almost all my life. I used to play Nintendo back when the Nintendo Wii was out. Not sure if y'all remember that or not, but played that, and a friend was like, hey, you should get an Xbox 360. And my brother, in fact, had one. So I got it and fell in love with it. And I've been playing Xbox ever since. Fun fact, I'm going to switch to PC soon. Whenever I get a PC tower and everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Fun fact about me, I laugh a lot. You don't believe me? Ask Zalo. Laugh at every little thing.
And you Google search things when you get frustrated. Like, okay, Google, why is Ash invincible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Google, where did my points go?
Alright, so I guess we'll move up to our next topic, because this is where our real topics start coming out, and this is what the topics you'll see in future podcasts. And the one thing I really want to talk about, it's really hot right now, is the Xbox Scorpio. And for the people who do not know what the Scorpio is, first things first.
Get out from underneath the rock.
Yeah, that's what I say. Get out from underneath the rock. It's Xbox's new console to end generation consoles. It's pretty much what it is. It's very similar to the Xbox One, except it has a graphics card in it that has 40 processing units, and then a 8-core processor that will have a clock speed of about 2.4 gigahertz, which for scale, the Xbox One had a clock speed of 1.34 gigahertz. So it's a big step. It'll be able to play games in native 4K. It will be able to play games at native 4K at 30 FPS and 60.
No, it's 60. I promise you, they've released it at 60.
I got to comment on that. Just let me continue. 1080p
Okay,
at 60 FPS, and it'll be able to do like 4K video streaming of 4K DVDs like the Xbox One S can do right now. There's also a rumor going around. It's a very loose rumor. Don't quote us on this, but there's might be a new Xbox controller, and the big difference is the left joystick looks fucking weird.
What?
Yeah,
I've not even heard this one. I gotta look this up.
Whenever you get a chance to, like, once I get done here and start talking, I'll find a picture and put it in Discord. Yeah, the one thing that people don't know about it is the price. There's a lot of guessing going on around the price for it, and we really won't know until they announce it at E3, which is confirmed. They will announce the Scorpio and all its details at E3 this year. So
I would be willing to bet you $5, Aaron. I don't typically bet, but on the podcast, I'm betting $5 that it's between $400 and $500.
All right,
You willing to take that bet?
I'll take the bet, and let's say what you said, how much? 400 to 500?
Yes, sir.
All right, so if it's $500 or cheaper, I'll give you $5. If it's more than $500, you give me $5.
That's fine. Done. $5. You give me a candy bar.
One candy bar for $5? What are you getting? Like a ticket to Willy Wonka's factory?
Damn straight. Climbing all up in that chocolate. Slip and slide.
Oh damn.
Mouth open wide. Go on.
All right, so the thing is all right. So here's the link. I want you to look at this. Right, this is from PC Advisor or Tech Advisor.
Tech Advisor.
Yeah, it's a review website. Now, the thing that looks really fucking weird is that left joystick.
Dude, that's an Elite controller. That's an Elite controller. That's probably just a new design for for a thumb pad extension. On my controller, you can swap out the joysticks because I use an Elite controller. So I bet that that's a new design for somebody to try for a new joystick extension. And you want to know what? I bet you money they'll charge $5 a pop for it.
I bet they charge $20 a pop for that one little joystick.
Oh,
part.
wait, how much did I say?
5.
5.
I meant to say 50. Fuck me sideways.
So this is, I want to quote this from the Tech Advisor, article. The main change is a tweaked joystick, which looks to be wider and easier to grip, with the site claiming it'll increase the timing and accuracy of moments somehow. Their words, somehow it will do that. I'll actually put a link of this into the stream. And, yeah, it's super weird. So, the Scorpio, I have a lot of problems with it. I personally think it's going to, like, destroy, like, Xbox gaming because they missed out on some really, really key details. So we can have a little talk about this. The problem I think it has for it, that's really bad for it, is it's coming out way too late. The 4K gamers, unless they're like super diehard Xbox people that wanted to play 4K games on their TV, already spent the money on a PS4 Pro. It's coming out way too late because there's.
I'm gonna stop you right there, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people haven't quite upgraded to having a 4K TV just yet. A lot of people really don't want to spend the money on it, and until this past 6 months or so, they've been a lot more expensive than they are now. Up until about December, they would run you $500+ Around December time, they finally dropped down to being a reasonable price point.
And but I mean, the Xbox said that this is for console enthusiasts, right?
Yeah.
All right, and console enthusiasts who want to play at a higher resolution. It's the same thing for computer enthusiasts, right? If they want to play, 4K games on their computer, they have to get a 4K monitor, and then spend $600 to $800 on a graphics card so they get over 100 frames per second on said game. So enthusiasts is the key word there, and enthusiasts spend a lot of money on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Getting stuff that they want. So if someone really wants to play, if someone who's a console enthusiast really wants to play games on 4K on a console, probably already bought a PS4 Pro and a 4K TV.
I'm sorry. For me, I would love to do 4K gaming,
Yeah.
but you could not get me to buy a PS4. I mean, it's just not going to happen. It's not what I do. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Xbox. I have an issue with the holy shit. Clicked the wrong button. All of a sudden, I started getting feedback, and it was weird. Yeah, the controller is really weird to me for a PS4. They're really thin, they're long. They just don't fit in my hand very well.
See, but I mean that's a objective opinion. It's,
I guess.
Some people like the asymmetric controller, the Xbox controller, and some people really like the PlayStation controller. I know people who play Xbox who wish they could get a symmetric controller.
You know how it is.
Yeah, I mean that's subjective, but I'm saying all I'm getting at is the hardcore console gamers, the enthusiasts who want to play in 4K. Not the average person who wants to play in 4K, but the enthusiast would have already done it.
That's true. I think we should mute Daniel now.
Yeah, I muted him, so we don't hear him snoring.
He's kind of snoring on my side, so
Yeah.
let's see if I can't move him out of the chat.
Like, Matt, have you ever played it with a PlayStation controller? They haven't changed in like the last 100 years.
My brother used to have a PlayStation 2, and the controller hasn't changed at all.
Yeah.
I've
Like,
played
It's
on the
got a little
PS4.
longer. Just a little longer.
I mean, there's little details that I wouldn't recognize being an Xbox gamer that probably have happened to the PS4 controller, but other than that, it looks exactly the same to me.
yeah, but
I like the size and the weight. The Xbox controller. They fit my big hands a lot
Like,
better.
I don't have big hands. I have like lanky, long, skinny fingers, and I personally like the PlayStation controller. One, because has a this is subjective, but to me a huge thing. It has a built-in battery, built-in rechargeable battery, which is huge, and it's a lot lighter. I really like controllers. I really like light mice and stuff like that. But see, that's objective. So
Objective or subjective?
it's subjective. But Matt, what do you think of how a PlayStation controller feels? If you can like recall what one feels like, or does it not really matter what the controller feels like to you?
I mean, it was smaller. I think it's smaller than the Xbox controller. Definitely that. And I can hear Daniel snoring on my
Yeah, you
end.
gotta mute him, dude. I'm telling you.
But it's just where the analog sticks are. It's what bothers me the most. Like, I guess that's being an Xbox gamer.
Yeah.
They're down there right next to each other. I always hit my fingers because I got meaty hands. Like, I got beefy hands. So, I mean, the distance on Xbox controllers, that's why I pick Xbox over it. And it just doesn't feel like a controller. It just feels like a little pad. Like, you remember the Wii U? That's what it feels like with PlayStation controllers, sort of. It's like I don't know. I can't really explain it very well.
I think
it just feels weird.
I think what they're trying to do with the Xbox One Scorpio, I think this is what they're trying to do. I think that they're trying to make basically the equivalent of a PC gaming console, right? Kind of like what everybody's been wanting for years, like a Steam
machine
box. Yeah, Steam machine. There you go. People have been wanting that for a long time, since Steam was originally, when it first got big. And I think that's kind of one of the things that they're doing. I mean, you've seen the Alienware Alpha. It's a flop. It really didn't.
The Steam machine was a flop.
Steam machine was a flop. The Alienware Alpha's been kind of a flop. The only thing that I've seen that's like a gaming console that's gotten the closest to Steam thing is probably the NVIDIA Shield. And even that, when it comes to more hardcore gaming, it didn't really flop. It's kind of one of those things that it's really good for streaming 4K movies and stuff, but when it comes to gaming, you already have to have a gaming PC, and at that point, most people aren't willing to stream it to a bigger TV. So, I mean,
the problem with these things that came out is, like, I can talk about the Nintendo Switch, right? Nintendo Switch, I think it was earlier this week, like Monday or Tuesday, announced that they have sold 2.4 million Switches in a month, which is great, which is crazy. Like, they're on back order everywhere. I mean, Nintendo did something right. But it's not necessarily completely Nintendo. It's everybody wants to play Breath of the Wild on the Switch. It had a great launch title. Like GameStop.
I feel like they need a few more launch titles, personally.
Well, there's no more launch titles because it started to launch. Mario Kart comes out in 13 days.
Here's my thing, though, dude. You got that only really caters to the people who wanted Zelda games. But me, I'm not a big fan of Zelda. I really don't. There's Mario Party. I love Mario Party. Had they gotten a Mario Party title as a launch title, man, that would have been killer right there for me.
Yeah.
I like the concept of the Switch. I like the implementation of it. I think it's really edgy and kind of cool, and it's doing something different. And I know Nintendo is all about, oh, let's innovate the whole entire thing, even if it hurts us. I think that they genuinely, I think they're genuinely, going for something that would appeal to a larger group of people. They finally put some specs in something that can play a game at 720
Yeah,
native.
and then upscale to 1080p on your TV.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was a smart move that they have not been doing lately. I think it's kind of smart that they did a mobile / console thing, because they got a lot of titles that are mobile games, like Pokemon, for example. Pokemon will fucking sell like crazy. They even say the name Pokemon, that shit sold. It's just it's off the shelves.
But what I'm getting at here is, before we get too far off topic, is when something launches, like a new console or a new like Steam machine or Nvidia Shield or whatever, it needs a solid launch title, because consoles don't sell themselves; the games sell the consoles.
That's true.
Like,
and most companies lose money on the consoles,
like
when they initially release.
The Scorpio, if like the top 10, well, the first 10 games that came out for their 4K are all like little Barbie dress up, no one's gonna fucking buy it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm just to give an example. It just has shitty launch titles. No one's gonna buy it. So that's one thing.
But they already, they've already announced a couple of good ones though, like
I'll just give
Red Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Right.
It's gonna be 4K ready, and for that, I think a lot of companies probably knew that the 4K was coming, and probably are going to port some of their games into 4K.
So all right, that's another topic I want to talk about. Is the the Spencer guy? I don't know his first name, but the head guy for Xbox.
Yeah.
He's done a couple reviews, a couple interviews with different websites talking about Scorpio, and he did one for this website based out of Mexico called levelup.com. And in the interview, he said that downscaling does produce a crisper image, right? Like, let's say he said the games that you play are going to constantly be outputting 4K, and then downscale to your TV 1080p. The problem I have with that is some people would rather sacrifice the 1% extra crisper image that they'd get from that, and add more grass on the ground, make the game more immersive. So instead of rendering in 4K all the time, it renders in 1080p but on higher detail settings.
Well, you got when it comes to console and compressing stuff down to be console ready and actually use the assets that are available for the consoles, and compressing the code. I mean, you can look no further than the 360 itself. I mean, you look at a launch title for the 360, and you compare it to a game that came out, last year. Graphics Grand Theft Auto is a good one. If you go and look at like the original launch titles, and then you compare it to Grand Theft Auto 5 when it came out on the 360, drastic difference. The graphics are just blowing your mind as to how good they are compared to the original launch title. And I think you'll see a lot of the same stuff. You'll see them working at getting better and better graphics and design for it.
Pushing out, pushing the hardware harder. Microsoft updating the drivers so they can handle more. Stuff like that happens. But you can say the same thing about when a game like, let's say like For Honor or Ghost Recon, when it came out for the PC, through Ubisoft. Ubisoft and Nvidia sponsored together and tied it in with the launch of the 10 series graphics card. Like, I got Ghost Recon Wildlands for free because I got when I got my 1070.
Lucky bastard! I didn't get shit for my 1070. I only saved $600 on my computer, so I got to complain somewhere. I'm joking.
All right,
saving $600 is amazing.
But the thing is a game that can come out like a year from now, like Ghost Recon Wildlands 2 or whatever, will look far better on the same graphics card, just because the drivers and everything for the graphics card are getting better.
Yeah, and you see that happening with consoles all the time. They do that all the time, and it's something that I think that what they're trying to do with the Xbox Scorpio, though, I think that they're trying to make something that developers for PC can develop on to get their games to console easier.
Yeah.
And I think that they're trying to do this so that way they can get people creating games for their stuff. I think in the future, previously the PlayStation has been like the indie game hub. That's where you've seen a lot of indie games released when it comes to consoles. I think here in the future, you're going to see a lot more indie games move to the Xbox. That's where you're going to have a lot more indie developers and unique games come out, which kind of moves us to their next point, though. It really does.
Before we switch to the next point, there's some more stuff we need to talk about.
Okay.
Scorpio. So when I said 4K at 30 FPS, that is for high detail games, right? It says 30 to 60 FPS. I mean, 30 FPS on a console is great.
Yeah.
Like when Destiny launched for both Xbox and PlayStation 4, it struggled to get 30 FPS until it was some memory leak issues and stuff on their side. They got it fixed, but
yeah.
The thing is though is if it's always putting out, like, this is what I'm worried about. They changed their cooling system, which is great because the Xbox One cannot cool itself worth a damn. It's just a personal heater.
That's true. I think it's hot, but it's helpful if you have good air around it, like stack stuff.
I have an OG Day One Xbox One, right?
Me too.
I didn't want to upgrade to a 1S because it's smaller, it's slimmer, and it looks a lot better. Mine works fine. If my Xbox One dies, I'll probably get a 1S. And whenever I moved my Xbox into my office, I had it sitting on a nightstand, open air, AC was hitting it and everything, and this motherfucker was still throttle for getting too hot. Thank you, Cookie.
Matt, have you ever had any issues with this? I noticed you've been quiet lately.
No, I haven't had any issues with my Xbox One. No, it doesn't get hot. I mean, like, I stopped playing it for a while and played my 360 because that's what me and my friend did. And when I got back to it, it took a little bit to get it to working full function like it is now. But it has everything that I need for it, really.
Well, have you ever noticed anything happen, like when it get hot? Like, have you ever noticed
it doesn't
start to tearing? You get a big open world game, like say Fallout 4, right? And you play Fallout 4 for 8 hours at a time. Like, I know basically every single gamer who's owned that game has done at one point or another. I've honestly not really had any issues with it getting too hot.
I just brought my shitty Xbox, but my computer doesn't get hot.
Zali, I'm on almost 9-10 hours a day, and I play tons of games, and my Xbox still doesn't get hot, doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
it just works fine, works great.
I think Aaron's is the one that has the problem.
I know some other people who have the problem. It might just be like a small manufacturing defect or something. I don't know, but
it can get a little warm. I've noticed it can get a little warm, but I've never had any major issues come from that.
I could probably get those stands that you put in lockers that add a shelf, the little metal stands.
Yeah, dude.
That'd probably be helpful. I could probably get one of those and put it over my Xbox where the air still comes out, but it hits it and probably heat up food.
Well, maybe, okay, so I'm actually planning on building a stand for my laptop, a cooling stand. So that way I can put it up on my desk and kind of use it as like the Nintendo Switch of gaming PCs. Honestly, that's kind of what I'm planning on doing. And so I need a stand that can help cool it a little better because, you start playing a Fallout 4 game and This is a laptop, so all it's got is air cooling. Now, granted, it's got a great air cooling system. I've never had any issues with it getting too hot and
Yeah.
really messing up on me. But I want to make sure I build a stand that has intake coming from the front, like have a vented intake on the front, have fans on the side blowing in, and that way it draws air across the middle of it, and then have the back part of it having fans blowing out. So have 4 fans total blowing it out. You know, we might could build something like that for your Xbox One. It'd probably help.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'd put it like on an open air kind of like on a nightstand. It was on its. It wasn't like vertical. It was horizontal like it should be and stuff. Motherfucker got hot.
Yeah,
And
I understand.
I don't know if the disk drive has a problem to do with it. I know a lot of people who got day one, not day one editions, but just like first week, like didn't pre-order it but got a Xbox One.
I will say the disc drive does have its issues.
Yeah, like
I don't buy disc games anymore because I don't particularly trust my disc drive.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll
had
play
this-
backwards compatible games, no problem. It
I have a
just
problem on reading Blu-rays. I had to like if I want to watch a Blu-ray, and I used to keep my consoles in my living room. Well, my Xbox, I kept my PS4 in my office. I would have to unplug my PS4 and bring it to the living room because my Xbox just doesn't read Blu-rays anymore. It's like rip.
yeah, it does do like the older Xboxes, like the first couple manufactured ones. I think they have like some sort of Blu-ray disc reading manufacturer defect of some kind, because like I have issues. Like recently, I got rid of GTA 5 on disc and bought a digital copy because it was on sale. And also, me and Daniel, we do some game sharing. I bought it, and so he was able to have access to it. It was a kind of a win-win for both of us, and I just took it and sold it to GameStop. And obviously, I didn't get like shit for it, but that way I just had one less disc game to worry about. It did not enjoy booting up for me because, again, that Blu-ray disc reading error was kind of a bitch. Have you ever had any problems with discs, Matt?
No, I don't have any problems with my disc.
Did you get like one of the original?
Yeah, I got day one
Oh man.
when it
Lucky
first came. When
bastard.
Xbox One first came out, it's still running good for me.
All right.
My game ran. I got Battlefield 1 for the Xbox because like my brother and a couple of friends played it, and it ran Battlefield 1 fine. It is like I said, it would throttle when I did the single player campaign, and there would be a bunch of shit going on in the background, like right after a really intensive cutscene or something. And but multiplayer fine. It was fine. It's just it got really hot.
Here's my thing. I will say this, and I don't know if you've sat there and did like a side-by-side comparison, but the reason people get Xboxes most of the time, I think, has to do more with Xbox Live. I'm sorry, Xbox Live is a superior gaming network compared to PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I mean but the thing is I mean, especially during like Xbox 360 and PS3 days, the PS4 one got better, but the problem is and it's getting better now, because one topic at a time, Aaron. You got this. The PlayStation 4 one is complicated in comparison. All right. The Xbox is smoother. The 360 one was a lot better than the Xbox One friend system, in my opinion.
What?
Yeah,
Hold on. Wait, what?
I hate Windows 10 on Xbox One. Fucking hate it.
What do you mean?
The whole tile system, and like it's not as smooth as it could be. Like, let's say you're on your home screen, right, and you're hitting right to go.
Hold on. Have you experienced the new update? They released an update like 2 weeks ago, and I promise you, your console is going to play a lot smoother if you try it now and get it fully updated.
Well, this is a problem I have with it. All right, if you're on the, let's say you're in a hurry, you want to like go to I think it's My Games or whatever, which is on the the bottom right of your screen or whatever, or friends, there's something there. I forget what it is. Haven't turned on my Xbox in like 2 months. But if you do that and then you like let's say you go right too many times, if you go down on the next screen and then go left, it'll put you on the top right. And it's little shits like that that just grind my gears. It's like that's such an easy software fix, but you don't do it. You like your customers to wear out their buttons, so you buy another $160.
No, I've never had any issues with the controllers for the Xbox One.
I'm just that was me trying to make Microsoft sound greedy because their controllers are fucking expensive.
Their controllers are expensive, but I will say this. I've had more people complain about the cheap quality controllers from a PlayStation 4 than an Xbox One. I've heard way more complaints about breaking controllers from a PS4 than Xbox One. The Xbox One controllers are a hell of a lot more durable. They're a hell of a lot more durable than the 360 controllers. I don't know if anybody's had lazy bumpers.
That's
but
if they like slam their controller on the ground, they're mad. That's where that happens.
Well, I've dropped one before and killed a RB button.
All right, I
just dropping it from like a sitting height. But the Xbox One never had any issues with controller durability or anything like that.
I have thrown a PlayStation controller really hard at a solid wall before. The plastic clips that hold it down, besides the screws, some of those popped out, and it got scuffed up pretty bad because it was a rough concrete wall, and the controller was fine. Worked fine. Still have the controller to this day. But I gotta give Xbox this because I needed, this is how old my controllers were. My A button was going out on one, and
on a Xbox One or 360 controller.
One controller, Xbox One controller. The A button was going out, and the X button on one X button was going out on the other. But I got both of those when the console first came out.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you use controllers? Like my computer mouse will not last me, forever. And
no.
So
God no.
I gotta give Xbox this. They make some really cool looking controllers. I got the pink and black gradient one. Fucking love it.
Yeah. And they do make great controllers. I feel like they have controller design beat. I gotta say this. I much prefer the upper thumbstick, and I know some people really have a problem with the non-asymmetric controller design, but I mean, I'm a big fan of the Elite controller and what they're trying to do with the Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox One accessories. I'm sorry, but the Xbox One Elite controller has my vote. I can set it up for every different game I play, and I actually have probably 8 different settings for it.
Now, I really like the modular, interchangeable idea for the Pro controller. It kind of helps with, you break a joystick, you don't have to buy a whole new controller, just buy a new joystick. Yeah,
you just buy a little clip-on, it just slides on there and it's magnetic, and bing, bang, boom, you're ready to go.
So
one problem I have with the Elite controller, you drop that thing and it explodes. Those keys and shit just throw everywhere.
It's magnets.
Yeah, I know.
But would you rather
happens to me once a day.
Pop off or you break apart?
Yeah.
So,
and those hairline triggers, though. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
I've personally used both controllers, PlayStation and Xbox, and to me, they both. I mean, Xbox. From a personal standpoint, they're a lot more durable than PlayStation. When I used to play PlayStation 2 and all, I dropped the controller and it immediately break, and you have to go get a new one. Xbox, I've had my 360 controller for a while, and it finally broke because I dropped it so many times. But I don't know if it's just about the plastic or how it's made or something, but I personally just think Xbox has a stronger controller.
Yeah.
That's just from my personal standpoint.
Now, one thing that bothers me about the Xbox One is they've not released mouse and keyboard support for in games.
Oh man,
that's what I'm waiting for.
Dude, whenever that comes out, telling you,
Um,
that'd be good. Those would be good days.
another problem I have with the Xbox One, the Xbox One S kind of fixed this, and the Xbox Scorpio is going to fix this. Is the I/O, not enough USB ports.
I don't really have any problems with that. It's got 3 USB ports on the Xbox One. 2 of them are taken up by a 1 terabyte and 500 gig external drives. They work perfectly fine. And then that one USB port on the front left,
That's a stupid place for one, anyways. But
it really is a stupid place. I think that they should have put 2 on the front, 2 on the back. I think that would have been smart. But again, you can charge your controller from that one, and it's fine. I do kind of feel like they should have put one on the front at the very least. But yeah, I've never had any issues with not enough.
All right, so let's get back to the Scorpio. You've done a lot of research on it, right, Isaac?
Yeah, I've done quite a bit. I read articles on it almost every day,
So
like new articles.
you know how Microsoft says that they're ending console generations, and most of it is just like, you know, you get it when the Xbox One Scorpio comes out. You don't have to get Xbox One Scorpio games, so you can play your Xbox One games on it. It's, I wouldn't say backwards compatible. It's just like if you had a laptop and a computer, like a laptop and a desktop. Like, you can play the same games on both if you have a disk drive.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how, like, they want to keep this up. They keep it where, you know, you don't have to get a new console every time one comes out. What they really, really need to do, and they're not doing it with the Scorpio, is make it where either, like, have, like, certified people in, like, big cities, like, sort of, like, Microsoft stores or Xbox stores, where you can go and get your components upgraded. Like,
Yeah.
put a new graphics card in it. If they did that, it would be better. If they made it more modular, like, that's what makes desktop computers so good. Is I don't have to buy a new desktop. I can just buy a new graphics card or buy a new processor.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I want to see. It won't be with the Scorpio. Maybe their next console that they come out with. And another thing that I do not want to see is cloud gaming. Cloud gaming just isn't there yet for most people. Like, where I live,
Yeah.
I don't have stupid fast internet, so I can't stream games from the internet, like, reliably. I'll get some buffers. I've tried it.
I honestly think the cloud gaming, it's probably got like a 10 years before it's anywhere where I want to use it. I'm going to be honest. I probably won't ever touch cloud gaming for probably 10 years. I think that is a stupid idea because, I mean, hell, we already have great-ass computers, right? Like me and you, Aaron, we have really good computers. You know, they're quite high-end. You know, mine's a laptop, yours is a desktop. They got pretty comparable specs between the two of us. And you could be playing a game and have, you know, connection issues with servers already. And just imagine that when you're playing a single-player, you know, non-co-op game, how frustrating that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to deal with that until they can get it, you know, more.
The sad part about it is it's nothing to do with Xbox or their cloud servers or any of this stuff. It has to deal with just internet speeds. I mean,
Yeah, and I mean, I have the exception. I have a gigabit coming to my house. I've got a gigabit service, no, an ISP. I could have a 10 gig a bit, you know, connection if I wanted it, but I'm not going to pay $300 for it. I've got great internet, right? I still don't want to deal with still don't want to deal with it. Honestly, I'm one of those people who, you know, I have a 4 terabyte external drive just to back up stuff because I don't want to have to re-download it, even though it'll only take me like 5 minutes. I'm not going to deal with waiting for a connection to something, especially if it's overburdened, like, and, you know, especially with these stupid ass hacker groups. I ain't dealing with that shit when it comes to that. You know, PlayStation especially suffers from getting hacked on a very regular basis. Xbox has got their security a little bit better, I would say.
Xbox still, all of them, like Battle.net on like computer, Xbox Live, and PlayStation Plus.
Plus,
All of them get DDoSed. All of them do. It's just how quick they can recover. And I
And,
don't know if
and
you remember. but-
Microsoft's got a little bit better track record at recovery when it comes to that kind of DDoS attacks versus PlayStation. Because, I mean, hell, PlayStation got knocked down for like a month one time.
No, I want to bring this up because I played Killzone when that happened. Because Killzone is a fucking phenomenal game.
Yeah, I want to play that title, but
This was on the PS3, and for people who are diehard Xbox people, never played PS3. The PlayStation Plus wasn't PlayStation Plus. It was just PlayStation Live or whatever, and it was free.
Yeah.
You get to play multiplayer games for free.
you can do that with the Xbox. You've actually always been able to do that.
Not like AAA title games. You needed Xbox Live Gold.
Well, nowadays that's different. You can actually get on there and play a lot of multiplayer stuff without
I'm
gold.
talking about at this point in time,
Yeah, you make sense. I got you. I follow.
like this is like what 5 years ago when this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a lot of people were like really upset because like they DDoSed PlayStation for like a month straight, and then when PlayStation like they rebuilt their whole firewall and their server, and that's why it took so long. And as soon as they said, all right, we got the fix for it, shutting down the PlayStation servers for a day to put everything in place, the next day got DDoSed for another month. And people were irate, right? And I was upset because I didn't get to play Killzone, but I had Little Big Planet, so I was fine. And people were like, "Oh, I don't get to play on my online games. Oh my goodness!" And then on the PlayStation forums, there was this post that got like it became a meme, and it was, "This is the price we pay for a free service." So
Yep. It really is.
yeah, like so. When I say people like, "Oh, you should play World of Warcraft" or something like that, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to pay to play a game." And I was like, "You pay for quality. Like the games.
That's true.
You pay once, and then you get to play. Degrade over time. They run out of funds to produce content, and they just die. So, I do think that Xbox Live and all these subscription services for like computer games and PlayStation and all that stuff are overpriced. Like, I don't think you should have to pay $15 a month to play WoW. I think it should be more like $5 to $10 a month, because it's just the sheer number, right? Like if Xbox when Scorpio comes out, like another thing we want to do is we want to drop the Xbox Live price to $5 a month. How many more people do you think will play Xbox Live?
I honestly don't know that dropping it down to $5 a month would necessarily boost their sales of Xbox Live, because just about everybody who has an Xbox has Xbox Live.
Yeah, but they also kind of make it feel mandatory if you want to play games.
They do a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but that's most of the reason why people buy Xboxes is for Xbox Live.
Right.
The Games with Gold program has actually been really, really good. They've released a lot of really good games for you for free. Keeps people wanting to keep that subscription going.
And they did that wonderfully, because you do not have to download the game; you just have to add it to your library.
Yes, and that's fantastic.
All right, so let's talk about Xbox creators. We've been talking about Scorpio for
All
a
right.
long time.
So
Matt doesn't know anything about it. You know more than me. I just read the Microsoft forum post about it. So why don't you lay it out for us?
all right. So for those of you who don't know what this creator program is, it is something that is just made, it just has made my life just phenomenal that I own an Xbox or a gaming PC. I'm a big fan of, people being able to get their own content out of there. You look at games like Fez. There's one guy who created that game. Now, granted, that guy, to be honest here, that guy, he took a lot of shit from the internet and decided that he's never going to make a Fez 2. I mean, seriously, if you're going to post content on the internet or to people who are a wide range audience, you're going to get a bunch of shit. Okay, you're gonna. It's going to happen. You need to learn to accept it. Just let it be. It's right on. But I mean, you look at companies like that have made, an indie game that was a very big hit. It's a big hit. A lot of people bought that game for the PC. Didn't take much to run it. Fantastic. You see games like Undertale. That's an indie game, one-person developer. made a great game. You know, and so this is going to be something that a lot of indie developers have problems getting games to console. A lot of indie developers have problems with that. With them making this Xbox Create program, it'll allow people to make games for Windows 10 PC and Xbox One and Xbox One Scorpio whenever it comes out, that will be accessible via the Xbox Store. So it's going to be become more like an app store for your phone. All right, you can go on the app store and you can download a game or something that somebody's created, in 5 minutes. And that could just be life changing, but you wouldn't have gotten it if they had an exclusive kind of store. Like iPhone's a good example of that. I mean, iPhone versus Android, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit from this one. But the iPhone, getting something on the App Store for iPhone, a little bit more difficult, and they got a lot more restrictions on their stuff. But for Android, you can make an app for the Android marketplace 5 minutes probably. Doesn't take very much.
And the one thing I want to get at is if anyone listens to this and they're working on like a little indie game, even if it's just something like super simple, all you have to do is you go to the Xbox creators page on the Xbox website, and it says you can apply. And
yeah,
they said that like as long as it's not like something like offensive or anything like that, they'll probably just let you in, let you put your game up there. And like I think what this is going to do is like people who make like little mods for games and stuff, able to like just put stuff on Xbox and maybe make a couple bucks, or you never know, they might make the next Flappy Bird and become stupid rich.
Yeah. And it's great because it has access to the Xbox Live servers. So I mean, you will be able to make games that are multiplayer games. I mean, you'll see games come out that are multiplayer that you just like, whoa, I never thought that this could exist. I mean, you'll see more games come out that are just creative and new experiences that, people who are caught up in AAA titles that are not willing to take the risk on trying something new or innovative. You're going to put the creative ability in the hands of the consumer, and they might come up with some experience that you've never thought would even exist. I mean, we might be blown away on the type of games that people produce. I mean, let's think of some kind of example, like a mod for
Skyrim.
Yeah, like Skyrim mods. I mean, they've made some crazy mods for Skyrim that just like change the game completely and make different experiences and immersive experiences that you wouldn't even believe until you've played some of them.
There's a
game, and I think
for a computer game called Dota. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's another MOBA game.
Yeah, I've heard of Dota. Dota 2 for Steam.
Dota 2. Yeah.
Free to play.
Like, it's free to play. You like most MOBAs are, and you buy heroes, right? And then there's a free hero rotation. But Dota 2, well, the original just Dota, was not a standalone game. It was a modded version of Warcraft 3. And look at it now, it's like the third most, one of the, like, normally in the top 5 most popular games on Twitch.
Well, let me tell you something. Fun fact about that. Dota, like the world tournament for Dota 2, actually got more views. All right, it had more people tuning in to watch it than one of the previous years. I believe it was like 2015 or 2014 NBA playoffs. It had more views than that because it has just such an amazingly wide audience. I mean, you got basketball. I'm sorry, anybody who loves sports is probably gonna hate me for this, but I'm not a sports person. But sports are kind of more regional, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like you have local teams. Like
yeah, they're a lot more regional. Like not very many people are going to care about football around the world. Like it's huge in America, but you got around the world, not that many people care about it. I mean, you got Canada and I guess the UK starting to get interested in it, but football around the world. not that big of a deal. Soccer, huge ass deal. It's kind of like comparing football and soccer.
I want to take a moment and say thank you, RGA Sword RL, for the follow. You're a good guy.
Yeah, he is a good guy. I love that guy.
The thing is this platform right here is I'm not going to say it's going to change the Xbox as we see it, but it is going to be like you've just got done playing like Rainbow Six Siege for like a 3-day binge, and you're trying to push up the matchmaking and stuff, and you just want to take a break and play a simple game. That's where this is going to come in handy.
Oh, absolutely.
Bastard's wrong, by the way. It's an
Yeah, I spell stuff wrong all the time.
But I think that's where this is going to shine. And maybe like, let's say, we'll use Daniel for example. He has kids.
Yeah.
A little simple game where like a simple platformer, it would be great for a kid. Something. The controls aren't too hard to play, but they get it. You just move the joystick. Maybe it's just one joystick, and all you do is hit A to jump.
Yep.
I mean, stuff like that will sell.
I think that you've got a good point there. There's actually not very many kids games anymore. I think that's an untapped market, and I think that will be something. A lot of adults have Xboxes, right?
Yeah.
And PCs, and hey, they want to entertain their kids for a little bit. Hey, go on the thing, search kids games. They find this new kids game that somebody made that's kind of loosely based off of something that kids love. I don't know. Fuck, I guess SpongeBob could be something. Kind of based off something goofy that children like.
Yeah.
And it'll be kind of like how app stores, like the app stores now, are like flooded with a bunch of kids games.
Yeah.
It'll be like that. They can sit their kid down and here you go. This is kids mode for you. Kids game on the Xbox or something like that. And I know there's a lot of kids out there who are they look at their parents playing the Xbox, or they look at something like that, and they're like, oh man, I really I kind of want to be like my dad. I want to play the Xbox. Or they have like a bigger brother who's playing the Xbox, and they're like, man, I want to be like him, and I want to play the Xbox. Well, now they'll have access to all these indie games that will probably cater to the kids better, and they can now play them. I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I have kids, I'm not gonna feel comfortable with a 7-year-old sitting down and playing Rainbow Six Siege.
And catching at everybody.
I'm not.
That's what's live,
Yeah, I'm not gonna be comfortable with that. But
that's a good point. Like, let's say little Jimmy wants to get an Xbox and play Forza. Forza's not a bad game, but
no, it's not.
The big ticket games for Xbox aren't really the easy, like the child friendly games. Most of the games are like rated T for teen or M for mature because they're violent. Because violent games are awesome. But let's say little Jimmy's mom was like, little Jimmy, no, I don't want to see you playing these violent games. And then she can just get on his Xbox and download like SpongeBob's Adventure through Bikini Bottom and be fucking set.
Yeah, and I also think a lot of like companies are going to take advantage of this creator program as well, as a much easier way to introduce some sort of game. And I really think that you'll see a lot of companies that don't have games out right now. Like you see popular shows that don't have like a game corresponding with it. I think you'll see a lot of that pop up too. And it's really nice that they have they have the multiplayer platform available as well. So you'll be able to you'll see some creative stuff on there. I really think you'll see like the next crazy experience.
I want to drop the link to the Xbox Creator, like the official website. So if anyone looks at it, it has this really cool chart because there's this other thing called ID at Xbox. That's where it's going to be more multiplayer based.
Yeah.
These little indie games and stuff, but it has like a comparison chart of what it is like when you're trying to like buy something like a router, and it's like comparing this router model to this router model. So
yeah,
I just posted a link in there.
A great example of mods turned into amazing games. Half-Life, right?
Yeah.
Half-Life is one of the, it was one of the very first crazily modded games. I mean, so many amazing games have come from the Fallout. That's where you got the CS:GO. I mean, Counter Strike is a mod for
Alright,
Fallout,
guys,
and that's
guys,
one
I'll
of the
say thing is,
most.
he doesn't mean Fallout. He means
Fuck,
Half-Life.
Half-Life.
And
I
Half-Life
am.
2 to be
I'm
exact.
sorry. Yeah, well, Half-Life 1 originally, when it came out, there was a mod for it. For the original Counter Strike.
Yeah, Counter-Strike Source.
Yeah, there you go.
Or 1.6, I don't remember.
It was one of the old ones, dude.
Yeah.
But that was one of the very first, really big shooter, first-person shooter multiplayer games. And it had some crazy features in it that you see starting to come into more popular more popular games. Like, okay, you look at Overwatch. That's a huge AAA title, right?
Yeah.
Well, the original Counter-Strike had sprays and goofy shit like that. And they're now implementing that in amazing AAA title games. I know now Counter-Strike's a AAA title. Nobody needs to jump on my ass about that.
Oh, hey, Romantic Break 55. We're just talking about some technology, gaming stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You have this opened up, right? Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Right.
oh yeah, absolutely. What do you take me for, a scrub? I've got two computers turned on right now.
I take you as a pleb who plays most of his games on the console.
Oh, striking right at my wall.
But yeah,
Dude, my Steam library's full, and I enjoy playing with people like Ginger and Sword. Yeah, that's right, Sword. I'm talking about you. I know you're probably still in the comments or watching me or something like that. I enjoy playing with people.
I'm a huge fan of the creators and the idea at Xbox. I think what it'll do is it's so hard. Everybody started 10 years ago. Everyone's like, I want to create games for a living, and they just have no outlet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, unless they're wanting to try to polish off a kneecap in a AAA game. That's their only job, is to work on this one character's kneecap.
Yeah.
So this will help people not necessarily, create a living off of, but it's something they can do and be rewarded for. I think that Xbox did something right with this.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's go to the next topic, because we've been talking about Xbox for the last hour and 20 minutes.
That's true, but hey, I mean, we're streaming on Beam, and that's something else Microsoft did good. You got to give them Beam.
They didn't create Beam; they bought it.
I know, but they integrated it into every Windows 10 PC and Xbox One.
Another thing that I want to talk about is I wanted to talk about future announcements, what think E3 and stuff, but I don't think that's a good thing. I think what we should rather talk about is games that are coming out this year that you're really excited for. And I want Matt's input on this. Is any games
he's
coming
got a
out
lot of input
that you're looking forward to?
I'm gonna probably, if E3 goes live again, I'm probably gonna be watching E3. But in the future, they had some people go live. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, what games are you looking forward to coming out?
I'm looking forward to the new Call of Duty. Definitely, because I'm a big Call of Duty fan. Big Call of Duty fan.
You talking about the new one that's going to be boots on the ground?
Yeah, I've heard it's going to be boots on the ground, and I'm very curious if it's going to be boots on the ground or not.
Yeah. I think I read something. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't really pay attention to Call of Duty. The last Call of Duty I played was Ghost, which was pretty fun. But I think they stated, yeah, I think we went a little too far in the future.
That's really the only game I'm looking forward to.
All right.
Really.
Well, okay. So to answer your question, you were saying you hope it's boots on the ground. All right. If Forbes.com was not an asshole to me, okay, I get it. Just let me see the damn article.
But you got to hear your quote of the day.
Oh, what? No, I've got Ad Blocker Pro on, and Forbes is like, no, you can't read the article until you turn off your ad blocker.
There's a new one out. I'll find it and send it to you.
Oh my god!
There
we go. I disabled it. Now let's go to the article. Okay.
Put the link to the article in the Beam chat.
Here you go. Okay,
Okay.
give me 1 second. Copy and paste.
Don't tell me you right click. The copy and paste.
Control C.
Yeah, there you
Control
go.
V.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually did right click it this time, just to paste it, but I did copy using Control C. I don't know why I right clicked to paste. Who knows? All right, so here's the Forbes article. Okay, Call of Duty will return to its roots in 2017. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was met with fan backlash and underwhelming sales and disappointment.
The link just says the most valuable MLB teams in 2017. I should fire you.
What? I really posted that? Like,
Yeah.
no.
Click the
Did?
link. See where it takes you.
It took me straight back to the site I'm looking at. I don't know where it took you. You must have clicked on some sort of ad.
Oh, yeah, I might have clicked an ad when it popped up. All right, we're good. Never mind. You're not fired.
Okay. Well, it seems as how I'm the boss. I mean, it's kind of impossible for you to fire me. I'm just saying, Aaron. Can I get a damn?
Can you please never yell ever again?
Yeah, I can never yell.
Ooh.
All right. So yeah, I'm looking at the same article now.
All right, so like you see with the Call of Duty series, you see the overwhelming fan demand for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 to return with a backwards compatible version for the Xbox One. Overwhelming demand for it. They finally released it. Guess what? That game has more players on it than it's had in years. Fans loved that game. So many people loved that game. And I think that they're probably kind of jealous of the Battlefield 1. It had overwhelming, adoration for it. I mean, you look for reviews for that game, and people loved it. Still love it. Hell, I'm probably going to get on there and play it later tonight, just because now that I'm thinking about it, I really want to play it again. It's an overwhelmingly, back to basics game. It really is, and it has a lot of character. It's got really good stuff. I mean, you play that game, you're boots on the ground, you're just a soldier in a big ass war. All right, and I think that they need to move more in the direction of boots on the ground. Yeah, you're not fucking running and jumping on a wall and then doing a 360 no scope, around a corner.
Titanfall.
Yeah, save that for Titanfall.
Because Titanfall did a really, really good job with it.
Yeah, I mean Titanfall 2, fantastic game. Save that shit for Titanfall. Don't bring that to Call of Duty. Call of Duty needs to be a boots on the ground kind of game. The original Call of Duties were really successful. Call of Duty World at War, great game. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2. 2 went a little bit into the future, but I think they did it at an acceptable level. They didn't do anything super crazy. Black Ops 3, probably the worst Call of Duty game ever made, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Infinite Warfare is better than Black Ops 3, in my opinion. Now, I know there's a shit ton of people out there who are I'm going to hear backlash about that one too, even from within, within the community that I'm part of. But I'm going to hear a shit ton of backlash on that one. I firmly believe that one's the worst one that they've.
I haven't played any Call of Duty games since Ghost.
Ghost was like the last true boots on the ground one.
I played Black Ops 2, and the only reason I got Ghost was because one of my friends was playing it. He was like, "Hey man, get it! It was on sale. I think I got it for like $30 and stuff." So I got it and played it, and it was fun. But the problem I have with the Call of Duty franchise is the fact that I don't know if it's fixed now. If it's fixed now, it's good. But a solid strategy was spawn swapping. And in Black Ops 2,
what do you mean? Running to the other side and holding down a spawn point?
Well, you run to the other side, you kill on the way there, and then when you get to the other side, it resets the spawn. So now they're spawning on the other on where you spawn.
Yeah, so that way you do like a run and gun circle around the map.
Yeah,
constantly get kills.
I did not like that, and it ruined the game for me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did that today. I literally just did that today. Like I played Black Ops 2 today. When I played that game, I was always a run and gun type of person. And I used to actually, I Sword was with me. I don't know if Sword's still in the game right now, but he saw me. You know, I got a Fury kill on one of the maps. That's where you get 5 consecutive kills really quickly. It's kind of like a double kill, but with 5. I got that, and I got 4 kills in a row. I got 3 kills in a row and 2 kills in a row on a very regular basis. I was doing crazy good, and I was just running in a circle around the map.
Like, do you understand what I'm not saying?
Oh, absolutely.
The actual like gunplay and stuff in the game is actually really good. You know, really understandable. You know,
Yeah,
easy to learn,
it's
hard to master type of game. But it's just the actual game mechanics that just drove me nuts, because that didn't happen in the first Modern Warfare. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, I will say this though. Okay, there was some sort of switch after Black Ops 1. I don't know if you noticed this. Black Ops 1 had big maps. It had fairly sizable maps. But as you've moved on, you see the maps getting more and more arena-like. They're smaller maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're able to control spots way easier. You're able to spawn trap people way easier. And especially with these new run and gun, like gameplay mechanics such as the double jump and the wall running, those mechanics make it they make that spawn flip thing even worse.
Yeah.
They really do. I've had plenty of experiences playing in Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 2 where you spawn and then boom, hey, there's a gun barrel right inside of you blowing your brains out. Just saying. I mean, it happens. You spawn right in front of the enemy because they're way too fast and the maps are way too small. If you're gonna have mechanics where you run and jump crazy you need a bigger map. Halo is probably the only game out there that has a competitive market that has mastered the ability to jump and shoot, run, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh no,
I think
Destiny was pretty good.
Okay, Destiny's okay. I'm not a big fan of Destiny. I didn't really care for the third-person perspective. I'm not a big third-person person.
It wasn't third person unless you were like. It was
Oh
mostly
well,
first person.
yeah, you're right. I'm a fucking idiot. I just didn't like the game.
So speaking of Destiny, one game. Oh, hi, Sword. How you doing, buddy?
Sword's back.
But I'm a huge fan of Destiny. I played it on the PlayStation. I have it for both Xbox and PlayStation. I ended up getting it for the PlayStation because, like, you know, Sony was like sucking Bungie's dick really hard and was getting exclusives.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But I mean,
dick sucking all day.
yeah, but there were good exclusives. Trust me. So I didn't like complain. You know, when the game first came out, like, a lot of people hated it. I played Diablo before it, and they're like, oh, the grind is too hard. I was like, have you ever played Diablo? And, you know, yeah, they're like, oh, I want the best gun in the game, but it's going to take me, like, weeks and weeks and weeks to get it. And because there's no way you can, like, focus again, like, a exotic weapon or a piece of armor. And,
Yeah.
but that's what made them elusive. Like, you go to the tower and you see this guy with this like really badass helmet. You're like, oh shit, he actually got it and stuff. So that was cool. I'm really excited for Destiny 2. And one of the things that really excites me about it is they said coming to PC. Like, it made me the happiest guy alive. So one thing I want to do state is I will be pre-ordering it soon. Pre-order it, you will get into beta, and I will stream it. Well, I might stream it. I'll have to look at the NDA for the beta, but hopefully the NDA is not nearly as bad as Elder Scrolls Online.
God, that one was...
Yeah. So, what game are you looking forward to, Isaac?
Me? Shoot, dude. I'm actually looking forward to hearing the announcements about the Scorpio. If you couldn't tell from the earlier section of our podcast, where I really am looking forward to that Scorpio. Got a 4K TV this last Christmas time. My wife got it for me. Love the thing. It's huge. I'm really looking forward.
Here, Sword. You said you can't hear someone? You can keep talking.
Is it me?
Who are you talking about, Sword?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We just want to produce, like, really good content for you.
Yeah, I want to make you come in your pants from it being so good.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's how good of content I want to create.
All right, well, keep going. But I know you're excited about the console.
Well, here's something that's going to come out. That's going to be kind of one of those games that they're trying to cater to that console with. Is I'm really looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah,
Let's get my tongue all twisted there. I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a fantastic game.
Actually, I know what game you're really excited for that's coming out.
What? Go ahead, say. Tell me.
I was reading. Sword. He's having to use his phone. His computer's not working too well. I can turn him up a little bit on my end since I'm recording this.
Is Daniel talking right now? Because I've had him on mute.
I hope not.
No.
All right.
No.
He's still asleep. He actually fell asleep earlier in the podcast there, Sword. The other person you're hearing, his name is Aaron.
Yeah.
The Wallace Show is actually Aaron's Bean channel.
So,
and then you got Gingerlicious in here.
Gingerlicious, his favorite ginger.
Oh yeah, it's everybody's favorite ginger.
I know you're really excited for Halo Wars 2.
Oh, dude, I've already got Halo Wars 2, but that already came out. That's already on my Xbox in the living room right now.
Oh, sick. So what I need to do is I need to look into it because I'm pretty sure it's cross-platform between Windows 10 and Xbox One.
I think it is too. It's one of those games. It's one of the few games where you can buy it on Windows 10 and have it for the Xbox, and buy it for Xbox and have it on Windows 10. I'm pretty damn sure it's cross-platform.
I want to know if we can do cross-platform play. Like I can play against you on my computer. I just want to.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's a big thing about Rocket League. That's why I like Rocket League so much. Is I can play with PC and PlayStation gamers anytime.
Rocket League's a lot of fun. It's a great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I actually, I got some beef with Rocket League.
Don't want to hear it.
I've got some beef.
You suck at it.
Yeah.
No, I can't get it to load. It will never play for me. I've uninstalled it and reinstalled it. Does not like me. Hates me.
You told me that. Yep. You told me that.
So that's
send them a support ticket.
Maybe I will. I don't know. A game I am absolutely looking forward to is Prey. That game.
Ooh, yes.
Prey
Yes.
2017 looks sexy as hell. Also, apparently you're really low, Aaron, so you need to turn your shit up.
It said crazy is low.
Well, he was talking about you.
All right, so I need to turn.
He just sent me a Discord message. Yeah, you need to turn your shit up. Get your shit together, bud.
All right, so I'll turn it up a little bit right here. All right, just let me know if it sounds any better.
That sounds better.
Yeah, it does sound better on my end.
Yeah, I turned up my gain a little bit. So what's Prey?
Prey. Okay, really? You're asking me what's Prey? Like you don't already know? Oh my god. Prey is Prey is a Basada game, and I don't know if you've ever played any games from Basada that are not what's the word? Open world.
Do you mean Bethesda?
Yeah, you know what I meant. You know what? I'm a fucking idiot. I've already covered this. We've already covered. I'm an idiot sometimes, and I pronounce it wrong because I'm dyslexic and I misread it the very first time. So I've always pronounced it wrong. Okay.
All right.
It's just how it is.
I just don't want you to seem ignorant. I'm just trying to educate you.
Okay, well, Bethesda. The worst part is I actually already knew how to pronounce it. I'm having a hard time right now. I'm third beer in for today. Yingling Black and Tan. If we could ever get a sponsorship from Yingling, I would shit my pants because Yingling, the best damn accessible beer that you can get. You know, it's not one of those little tiny niche beers that you can only find in certain sections of the world or the United States or something like that. You know, it's not my hometown brew. I love Chattanooga Brewery. They make good ass stuff. But let me tell you, Yingling, it's delicious.
If we're gonna get sponsored by a beer company, I want to get sponsored by Sam Adams.
I'll give you that one. Sam Adams is good.
It's just more expensive.
It is. It's. I'm sorry. If I want to go buy a 12-pack of beer, I want to spend like $13. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But now, if I'm splurging and I really want to get something good, big fan of Guinness. They're good, and I like Samuel Adams. Oh, that's good shit.
All right, so
But
what's
back to Prey.
yeah.
It's a Bethesda game. That did I pronounce it wrong again?
No, it was good enough. Just keep going.
It's kind of similar to. Did you ever play Dishonored?
Oh yeah, I have both of them on my computer.
Did you like Dishonored?
It was okay.
Great game, wasn't it?
It was okay.
Dishonored 1 was a fantastic game. It's kind of like the ultimate stealthy game. Basically, it takes place in the future, right? It's got aliens, but I mean, just the content that they've already released for it, the world and the universe alone that it takes place in blows my mind. It's got one of those kind of integrated worlds. Like, did you ever play? There's a scary game series.
Dead Space.
Dead Space. Dead Space had a really cool universe, right? Dead Space had one of those really, pulls you in. It's a very immersive universe that you feel like actually could exist, right? Dead Space did a great job with that. Prey is kind of like that, honestly. It's kind of like if they had Dead Space plus Dishonored.
All right, I want to say something, and I know it's going to upset a lot of people. Fallout 4, I was really excited for it. I went to GameStop, pre-ordered it. I got it for PlayStation. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition, not the collector's edition, but the deluxe edition. Then I got the collector's edition strategy guide, just because I liked Fallout 3 so much. I wanted to support the game, buy all the stuff. Fucking hated Fallout 4.
Why'd you hate Fallout 4? What'd you hate?
I hated it for the same reason I learned to hate Skyrim, because
What do you mean?
I was playing Fallout 4 because I really liked Fallout 3, and it was not Fallout 3. It was the colors in it were so bland and boring. I don't understand it's post-apocalyptic, but they could have made it not brown and green every fucking way.
I will give you that one.
Right.
I also have to say this one thing about Fallout 4. I love that game. I gotta preface this with I love that game. That game is fantastic. You can waste your whole life playing Fallout 4 and all the mods that they have for it on PC. Sorry, Xbox One, your mods are not as crazy as PC. But back to what I was gonna say. One thing I felt like happened in that game when they switched from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 4 is I feel like they made the characters way too passive. Like, you get into situations and you're like, I want this guy to tell me I'm a piece of shit and he wants me to die. But guess what? There's really not that many situations like that. Basically, every situation in that game, you can be a passive-aggressive asshole, and they don't give a shit.
I had the same thing with Skyrim. I realized I put probably 300 hours into Skyrim, and I was like, this isn't Oblivion. I loved Oblivion. Like, the only reason I went to Oblivion because all Oblivion was Morrowind in a new setting with better graphics.
And it had Oblivion gates. Get your shit together.
And you can go see Sheogorath in the Shimmery Isles. I mean, that was perfect. But I tried so hard to get into Fallout 4 because I just bought it. I think the first day I put 4 hours into it, and I was like, I'll come back to it. I think the most fun I had in Fallout 4 was New Haven or whatever, where you could destroy buildings and build up your own. I had fun with that. Or you can build your own base. And
you're talking about the what was
New
it?
Sanctuary.
New Sanctuary. You could go through and build your own settlement. That's what they're called.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing that.
I will say this. I like most of the other parts of the game, except for the settlements. There's a mod out. Okay, I watch occasionally. I watch MXR. He does Fallout mods weekly and Skyrim mods weekly. Funny content, and he releases he's like, these are the top 5 mods for the week.
Shut up! I want them to watch our stuff, not other people's stuff.
Okay. Well, let me get to it though. Okay. Well, this mod, it kind of Well, now you done made me forget what I was going with. Oh yeah, now I remember. Okay, I remember now. Okay. There's a mod for Fallout, and I think it might even be on Xbox. That the settlers kind of build their own settlement. Yeah, you can go through and edit it and stuff, but they kind of build up their own settlement. And I think that's a little bit more realistic because then they can actually place their own beds and assign themselves to sleep in it. That was the most annoying bullshit ever, was assigning people jobs.
See, I didn't assign people. I just went and got materials and built shit. I had fun doing that.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty fun doing that stuff. I built some pretty cool bases. But
I mean, it got
at the
old.
same time, it did get old. They could have done a little bit better with that. I think the nice thing about Bethesda games such as Skyrim and Fallout is they do make them so open-ended that people can mod them. I think that they have found that out, and I think that is something they do right. Is they make them.
Morrowind was the first game I modded.
What kind of mod you make for it?
I didn't make mods. I just modded it. Downloaded mods.
Oh, okay.
But like, this is how long ago back then? They weren't called mods. They were called plugins. You would download plugins because you just plug them into your game file.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Like The Sims actually has a folder called mods like default in it.
Yeah. So
Ever since like The Sims 2, they've put like in Sims 3 they had a mod folder for it just so you could add extra content into it.
No Man's Sky launched with a mod folder on the PC version.
Dude, don't you love it when developers realize that allowing people to create content for their games and like adding to their games, it keeps it alive. It keeps their games selling.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at one of the top sold games on the Xbox One right now, you will see Fallout 4. Guess what? It has mods available on the Xbox. That's phenomenal. And they're not trying to fucking ban you from Xbox Live for downloading that mod, like every other game.
Another thing that really confused me as a PC gamer is when they came out with the remastered version of Skyrim for Xbox One and PS4.
Fuck that game.
And it was like, oh, it comes pre-installed with a bunch of mods, and we're all going to allow mods. I was like, I got to do that at day one?
Yeah.
It's like, people who want to mod Skyrim probably play it on computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Back when I only had a 360 and no gaming computer at all. All right, this is like 6 years ago. I'm joking. It was only like 5. But back when I only had a 360, and I started watching, stuff about mods, and I started looking at them, and I was like, holy shit, these are cool. There's actually a way that you can add mods to Skyrim on the 360, but you have to do a lot of coding and stuff.
And break the terms of agreement and stuff.
Yeah,
the end user license agreement.
Yeah, get yourself banned from Xbox Live just for playing a game that's offline. But I was really interested in that stuff, and it really made the game, ever growing. I mean, you go on Skyrim right now on your computer, great game. You can still mod it and make it look like a modern day game. I mean, hell, you can make it look better than Witcher 3, for example. That's a game that came out, released ready for 4K. It was one of those games that was like ultra textured. You can make your Skyrim copy look better than that, depending on how good of a console you have. What?
I bought Witcher 3 for Xbox One, right?
Yeah.
My fiance wanted to play it. I watched her play it for like maybe 30 minutes, and it's been its case ever since.
Oh man,
I've heard so much good. I don't want to play it on Xbox.
I actually have it for PC.
So yeah, we're pushing the 2-hour mark, so I'll go ahead and.
Hey, hold on. Let me. Hey, I'm glad that we were able to talk for like 2 hours because this is a great ass podcast so far.
Yeah.
What do you think, Matt? You've been quiet.
It's really good. I'm sorry I'm so quiet. I'm just not the talkative type of person.
All right.
Okay,
just my
Google.
personality.
Where's Matt at?
Yeah, I should okay Google it.
I have a question. All right, podcasts are like, I would say maybe 20% of the people who listen to a podcast actually listen to every word. Have you really enjoyed the background noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I strive for. I strive to be. You click this on. Thank you, Sword. I strive to, whenever we put this on YouTube, and people will launch it, and not focus on it and like play games on their computer or listen to it in their car. That's what I want.
Yeah. And having a 2-hour podcast, now that's a stretch for most of the time. But we're talking about some topics that we really, really are passionate about. So that's why it's kind of stretching to 2 hours. Most podcasts are about an hour and a half.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
30 minutes, depending.
30 minutes sometimes, but fuck, I don't want to listen to just a 30-minute podcast. I want to tune out and listen to like some long podcasts. They're fun.
So, our closure is going to be I want to, like, we were late today. We will. I will post it in chat in a second. We do have a YouTube channel. Do you mind putting it in there, Isaac?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is our first video.
This will be the first one posted on there.
Like, you are our first viewer, and you're a great guy. Or lady, I don't know.
Don't suck up to Sword like that.
But we were late today. There was some technical issues, but we're going to try to do around like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is still subject to change. We might move it to a Friday. We don't know yet. And another thing, Sword. We don't know what to name it. So if you can come up with a good name
for the podcast, not for the channel.
Yeah,
it's already
for
set.
The podcast. You can have some fun with it because since we are Ballistic Shield, it's BS, kind of like bullshit. So if you want to do something around that, you can. Just send us a message on YouTube, and once we get a couple, we'll start up a straw poll, and whichever one gets the most votes, we'll pick. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed listening to us.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Ballistic Shield Productions on Facebook and Ballistic Shield Pro on Twitter. Twitter won't let you make a long ass name.
Is all that information on the YouTube channel? Have you linked it?
I don't know yet, honestly.
Right.
I don't think I have, but
I
here's the Twitter. Yeah, we can work on that a little bit later. But, hey, we're making our first content here.
Yeah.
It's the shit.
So, yeah.
Love me.
I want to say thanks again for doing this. If you want to, if you're on Beam often, I'm going to start streaming some more Heroes of the Storm. I don't know if you've ever seen someone play a MOBA. It's really confusing at first. But pretty much what it is, you destroy the other team's space. That's what you got to do. I normally play with some other friends who aren't in here. I do the same thing. I listen to Rooster Teeth podcasts all the time.
Oh, dude. I listen to the podcast all the time on YouTube. Telling you what.
I might end up making a SoundCloud because I know a lot of people use SoundCloud.
Dude, you better upload it to iTunes. I'm gonna have to tell you, Podcast Addicts, or Podcast Addict, or whatever the hell it's called now, for Android is like the best podcast listening app because you can actually download a backlog of podcasts. So you can listen to them offline without having to waste all your data.
All right, I'll look into all that, but I want to say thank you again for sticking with us for this long, Sword, in person. And yeah, that's it. Do you got anything you want to say, Salo, before we leave?
As I've given the recommendation to Matt, when you meet a new person, just tell them I love you. So, to anybody who's new to listening to this, we love you and want you to return. So please,
Ginger loves you. Whoever's watching, love you.
So please, give us feedback. We're trying to make this for the people who are watching or listening, or however you decide to consume this content.
If you have a topic that you want us to talk about that's like video game or some sort of media related, just shoot it at our Twitter or Facebook, because we will talk about it.
I fucked up. On topic 4, when we talked about Xbox creators, I forgot to talk about that extra show I plan on doing. I'm going to do the Big Z review.
Save it for next week.
Okay, fine. I'll save it for next week. I'll shut.
Because we have been recording for an hour and 50 minutes.
That's a good recording time. I like that.
All right, so I might clean this up, like cut off the first like couple seconds of it while I was doing the countdown and everything, and then I'll upload it on YouTube tonight.
Fantastic.
All right, I
Good
have
plan.
all the information on that piece of paper you gave me.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is Isaac signing off. Aaron, Matt, sign off.
All right, see you guys.